Hi, today we're going to look at a single hooped bivy versus a single hoop one-man tent. Pitch them next to each other and have a look at the differences. For the one-man tent we've got the Zephyros 1 by Terra Nova, and the bivy bag is a ex-Dutch Army surplus. Right, with both of them set up, you can see both approximately 9 feet long, and both on a tarp that I put down just to protect them. Turn under here. Obviously the big difference is this height compared to this really low profile. Now what you actually find is, although there looks to be a big difference, inside here, because you're then inside the second skin, there's not so much headroom as you might imagine. We've got a nice wide space. And we've got this storage here, which could be, you could put empty boots, bag. But give it a closer look inside, and you'll see that there's not a massive amount of space because of the gap in between the outer shell and the inner shell. Obviously, room is very restricted in here. You can't sit up. You're not really going to get dressed in there. It's more of a cosy sleeping bag feel. You've just got an area around your head that you can put a few knickknacks in. But the main difference is low profile, and I would say the tent took twice as long to pitch on a rainy day or in an exposed area, which will be more happier. The only way to get out the wind with this is to get inside, as if you're going to sleep. Okay, so you can see inside, although you can pull it a little bit tighter, you have generally got a first size space all around, and again at the bottom end, useful for storage, but in some ways you could say it's wasted space. In here I think anyone over maybe 6'2" is going to struggle with that. But again, you can tension it to get, you might get a couple of extra inches from tension. Inside the one-man tent, you can see that extra storage space. I've got a decent sized bag there, and more space there. So this is actually big enough. If you remove the inner skin, I think it would quite easily fit 2 people in here. If you haven't got a problem with insects, then that'll be fine. Something that I've seen on a couple of videos about the bivy, it's quite difficult to understand how this opening works. You can use it completely closed up, and it's a gas or air permeable coating on the material, and it should be fully breathable. But it may be more comfortable, providing it's not raining, to just sleep with the mesh vent. These bags are notorious for the faults with the zip. I bought this one with no zip in. Although it has a good storm flap, you've got lots of velcro and you've got these clips. I was just to make sure no insects or frogs got in with me in the night, I got this big chunky zip off eBay and had it sewn in. Of course, when that's covered over, clipped in place, you shouldn't get anything at all in there as it goes down to that point. So back to this. Again, we've got Velcro and clips across there. So we can close that up. You can see how we can clip the mosquito net out of the way. Then all clipped and zipped for the night. That nice low profile compared to that. Of course, a lot of people like to use a bivy with a tarp as well. Then you've got the sheltered space, like in the tent, but you don't have to use this canopy if you don't want to. It just gives you flexibility. Many different ways you can put this up, but out in open spaces, you can't really make use of this in the same way. So for woodland, this would be my preference. For open spaces, especially in an area where you're exposed to stronger winds, I would go for the one-man tent. So that's the tarp in the distance, and the one-man tent is hidden behind there. One last thing I wanted to just show was using this touch, how much light comes through the material. So the outer skin there, light up overnight if you're using a light, and use this. You see, you do get a little bit of light, but it's a lot less.